Welcome to Financial Charge with William, a place to learn how to supercharge your finances. Let's talk about how the rich spend their money, save, and invest their money. Is it a fancy yacht, a private jet, or an island? Nope, that's all for the ultra rich. We are talking about millionaires. What are the rich investing in generally? What are the rich saving for? The final one I found very interesting. What is the rich spending their money on? The data is from over 100 millionaires. Yes, I said data from interviews. Let's get started. Help the channel out with the YouTube algorithm. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Check out the links below in the video description. For investment apps, I have Webull, Robinhood, Coinbase, or check out my merch. Thanks. How do rich spend their money? Buy better healthcare. One of the benefits of being rich is that the wealthy can afford to buy themselves better healthcare. But what does that mean? It means better insurance, access to better doctors, and the ability to buy better supplements and medication. Overall, rich people have money to create healthier lifestyles for themselves. What other things do rich like to invest in? They indulge in their hobbies. What is the point of having all the money if you're not going to spend it on some fun? Which is why they blow their money on hobbies. Of course, many of them love to drive their fast cars, indulging in their foodie selves at the best restaurants. But don't be surprised, many rich people have regular hobbies like fishing and playing video games. What is the difference? They tend to buy the best of the best gear for their hobbies, no matter what they might be. Contribute to society. Nearly all rich people contribute to society in one way or another. Of course, there are some bad apples in the bunch, but money just makes a person more of who they really are. That's why most rich people use their money to contribute to causes they feel passionate about. Some contribute towards ending poverty or homelessness, while others may use their money to help with things like cancer research, which is very important. Whatever it is, most rich people have good side to them. Their money helps out society in whatever way possible. The rich like to invest in rare life experiences. Great help also opens the doors to rare life experiences that most people never get to enjoy, whether it's staying in an exotic location like a secluded island or reaching the highest mountains in the world. Rich people leverage their wealth to go places where few have ever gone before. Traveling helps extend the mind and broaden the horizons. It also helps to put things into perspective. This is very true. The rich ask for help during emergencies. Most rich people understand the value of asking for help when facing a challenge dilemma because they understand that there is no shame in doing so. You can learn a lot from this too, especially if you're struggling with an emergency. Unpredicted emergencies don't like to wait until you're financially stable enough to tackle what you're facing, where loans can help. The rich do not overspend. The rich utilize reward credit cards. They pay themselves first. They are strategic about carrying debt. Do you use reward cards? Let us know in the comments below. The rich keep an emergency fund at all times. In today's low interest rate environment, it can be challenging to find responsible returns for these emergency funds in traditional savings accounts. For this reason, the rich follow a more productive tier, a strategy than deciding whether to put their money savings. Tier 1, in simple money market or high yield savings account. Tier 2, an ETF portfolio that invests in short-term maturity securities. They typically generate higher yields than savings account, and the short-term maturity keeps potential fluctuation at a minimum. Tier 3, buffering investments that allows for potential higher returns tied to a market index, such as the SP 500 or the NASDAQ, yet offer some degree of downside risk protection, aka a buffer. Things wealthy people invest their money into. Accelerated learning. Most rich people read a lot of books written by people who inspire them in some ways or have unique experiences to share. I am not much of a reader, but I do like audiobooks. Listening to books I like, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, what the rich teach their kids about money that the rich and middle class do not. Or Think and Grow Rich. Listening to audiobooks or reading is such a smart and inexpensive way to fill some of your time and increase your knowledge, which is something the wealthy already know. If you listen to audiobooks or read a few hours a week, you can help stay mentally sharp while you learn new things. But there are other ways to accelerate learning that don't involve reading books or listening to audiobooks. You can take online courses on topics that relate to your career, or going to small or large conferences to learn new skills from others in your field is a smart move rich people like to make. A couple examples are FinCon is a conference for financial bloggers. Bid Summit is where you become an industry insider. It's a place where creators, marketers, and brands come together to learn, network, and strategize. I've wanted to go for some time now to VidCon. Have you ever gone to a conference? Let us know about your experience in the comments below. Personal coaching is another smart investment rich people make when they know they need some help reaching their potential. I suggest high quality coaching programs from someone who needs to help taking care that next step in their business. The thing that scares most people about coaching is that it's not free. In fact, some coaching programs cost thousands of dollars, but the wealthy people know it can be well worth it, which is why they are more willing to dive in. Mentorship. Mentorship can be huge, particularly as you learn the ropes of your field. Seek out people who are where you want to be. Ask them to mentor you or sign you up for their mentorship program. And you can absolutely accomplish your goals faster. Mastermind groups. Most of the wealthy elite participate in some sort of mastermind group or a club. Mastermind groups are insanely helpful because they let you bounce business ideas off of other entrepreneurs who may think differently than you, but still have your best interest at heart. Sometimes it's that small piece of advice or that statement that makes a difference for your business to grow in your life. Building relationships. When it comes to the top tiers of the business world, there's only one saying that most always true. It's not always what you know, but who you know. That right connection can help land better jobs, accelerate promotions, or start a profitable business. To get the most value, focus on meeting people at professional conferences, mastermind groups, or high quality meetings. This is a strategy most successful people know, meeting other people who are admired and build a relationship that is beneficial for everyone. This next part is important. When you meet somebody new who can potentially help you in your business, you cannot just come out of the gate and ask for favors. I personally believe that the VBA method, value before asking. This means you're sure to provide value before you ask somebody else for a favor. In other words, make sure you're doing your share of the work to make the relationship a win for everybody. If you're trying to build relationships with other entrepreneurs, you can't just follow behind them and shadow them or they'll kick you to the curb. What do rich people spend their money on? The findings were from interviews from ESI Money. About 100 millionaires, all about what they spend their money on. Here we go, travel. This was overwhelming favorite with 60% of millionaires mentioning it. It also accounts for 36% of total mentions. Food and eating out. The combination of food and eating out at restaurants was mentioned 35% of the millionaires and made up 21% mention. Cars. Only 15% of millionaires mention cars. Wine and alcohol. Only 9% of millionaires mention wine as an indulge. Clothes. Only 7% of millionaires mention clothes, so it's not a big percentage of responses. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Check out the video links in the description below for investment apps I personally have, or check out my merch or see me on the other social channels. The wrap up. The rich has some interests that align closely with your own interests. Personally, I love to travel. I strongly believe in a good education and health care, and so do the rich. Everyone wants to help their kids out financially. They're in a tough spot, including the rich. Rich places a high value of convenience. They like to dine out instead of cooking at home. I, on the other hand, prefer to cook at home. So much I learned how to cook and I love it now. The rich place a high value on privacy. In the past several years, social media has been playing a bigger role in people's lives. Having a high value on privacy can be a good thing. We will see what is about to happen. Thanks, and have a good one.